Welcome to the Nikki and Ryan Show. I am Nikki.
I'm Ryan. How you guys doing?
Welcome. We have some, again, our great guests, Paddy the Panda. We've got Fitness Queen 99 and Old Man Murphy. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great.
Great.
Doing awesome.
So much. Thank you so
thanks
much
for being here, guys.
on here, guys. So really quick before we get started, Paddy, I'm going to put you on the spot. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Just quick.
Hi, my name is Patrick, and I'm really shy and retiring, and I don't really like being in the spotlight that much. No, my name is Paddy the Panda. I'm primarily on TikTok, Paddy the Panda there. My content is all about kind of politics, a little bit of satire, and I'm like an emotional support dog now for America because I tell you everything is going to be okay. And when I predict things, I always get them right. Just to be clear, I predicted this. I've never wavered, not even once. And America, you are welcome for that. Today is my last day on TikTok, as we all know. I'm just kidding. But I think it's been a wonderful couple of days, and I haven't slept much at all. I've gotten about 4 hours, but I'm so glad to have been on this journey with you all. And I'm so glad to be in the room with all of you delightful people and Old Man Murphy. Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, wow.
Awesome.
Wow, that's just, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, Maria, your turn.
Oh, hey everyone. My name is Maria, Fitness Queen 99. I'm an exercise physiologist and yoga instructor who just happens to be passionate about politics. I first voted when I was 18, right when I turned 18. I'm now 55, so I've been a long life voter. I marched in 2 women's marches in DC. I am a mom to 3 grown sons. One of my sons, I'm an LGBTQ mom, so I'm very passionate about human rights and equality. Been married for 33 years, and I look like a Karen, and that's how I got started on TikTok. I was like, hey, I'm your Karen lookalike. And then I think it just shocked people that they were like, what the fuck? She's not one of us. What's going on? So I'm the Karen Infiltrate. And I live in a beautiful bubble in Virginia, and I think that's it. Oh, I am on Instagram, Fitness Queen 99 on Instagram.
And TikTok,
I'm
too.
obviously on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and thank you, Nikki. She's become my sister from another mister.
I love you, girl.
I know. Nikki's so funny and so awesome.
I feel the same about you.
Thank you.
All right, Murph, you're up.
Hi, I'm Murphy, and I'm an alcoholic.
This is the wrong meeting for that.
Wrong meeting, Murphy. Wrong meeting.
No, you guys know me as Old Man Murphy 76 on TikTok. I also have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/WellHeyProductions. I also stream on Saturday nights, twitch.tv/WellHeyProductions, and that's just fun and games. Most of my stuff on TikTok, as you know, is mostly political, but it also dives into some of the more creative, the more comedic, and some of the mental health issues as well.
Excellent.
So that's it.
All right. Well, I am Nikki New 813 on TikTok. That's probably that is definitely where my largest following is. Just hit 550,000 followers today. Thank you guys. Love you. And I'm on Instagram as well. And then of course on YouTube and Twitter. Ryan and I just started together. We partnered up for our live streams, the Nikki and Ryan experiment, and that's what we're doing now. It's so much fun. It's so great to be on this journey with you, by the way, Ryan, and having awesome people on like yourselves. Yeah, so I do a lot of political jargon, if you will. I kind of infiltrate comedy and political stuff together and try and present it to you so you're getting the current events but laughing at the same time, because everybody knows the last 4 years have been hell. So a good laugh is always needed. So anyway, that is my platform, and I kind of carry it across the board. I do certain things only for TikTok, certain things for only YouTube. So Instagram kind of is my catch-all. But all right, so Ryan, tell us about yourself.
Well, my name's Ryan's Head, and
oh God, here we go.
I really did think
Sorry.
that the first time.
Wow. Wow.
But you can find me on all platforms. Twitter and TikTok are probably my largest. But if you're here and you don't subscribe to my YouTube, please go subscribe. You can find everything under my name, which is Ryan Shed. And I really appreciate it. Like Nikki said, I was actually going to call you and tell you this, but I'll tell you here in front of everybody. You know, it's funny. I've had friends and stuff that we've talked about doing a podcast or opening a business together and all these things, and it's never happened. You know, like nobody's ever followed through. And I found you, and here we are. You live on one coast, I live on the other, and we've managed to build this thing together. And it's, you know, it's just awesome. And like you said, it's been a privilege to be a part of it with you. So I look forward to what we're building and doing.
Me too. Me
Beautiful,
too, Ryan.
man.
Oh, I know. I've already cried like 3 times today.
Sorry.
I love you, Ryan. Thank you. All right. So who's ready to get started? We got our introductions done. So you guys, so here is the special thing that I actually, I have somebody that's on the inside. So Trump is really losing his shit big time. And I have some video from inside of the White House. You guys, you seriously. So let's go ahead and take a look.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And
Now, when we said any White House, we meant outside in the Rose Garden, but it's still the White House. You know?
oh my God.
Yeah, Melania had to put him out, you know, in the Rose Garden. He likes it out there better because there's it's
Paddy
void
to
of
do
color
one, like,
and
Melania, come flip me back over.
oh God.
I need Paddy
And
to
he
do
does it with
his
a stick. He's got like a stick. It's just like,
The one good thing about Trump is he makes an awesome soup.
Trumpy dumpy soup. Yes. Hi, Carrie. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
The comments
All
are going up
So-
already. The comments are very supportive of Paddy right now. I think somebody in the comments they want
They
to
love you,
grab Paddy by the feline. What does that mean? What are you talking about?
Feline.
Patty, I think you might have
That's
some
some
love connections
that's some
going on there.
American thing. It's think about it.
I gotta grab Paddy by the feline.
America, keeping it weird. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so obviously, I mean, how are you guys feeling about this election? It's obviously in the bag. So and Trump is unwilling to concede, and he is running around being a crazy person. And Murphy had just given us an update literally just before we went on air and went live. Murphy, can you fill us in on that, please? Do you still have it up?
Yes. I closed the article, but I mean, I can read it off to you again. It's from Vanity Fair. But the headline reads: Trump plans to barricade himself in the Oval Office and refuse to come out if Biden wins.
So do you guys think that that's why he put the non-scalable fences in?
He's down in his bunker with his thumb in his mouth in fetal position. He's just like bad.
Oh my gosh.
I have heard reports. I've heard
It's embarrassing.
It is.
I've heard reports from like Jimmy Costa and a few others that inside the Oval Office, it's still Rudy Giuliani and Stephen Miller talking to Trump. Nobody's had that conversation with him as yet. Donald, you need to decide what you're going to do next. He's still very much like, I think the plan is that he's going to litigate until December when the Electoral College come back and try to vote, hoping that they can't decide and it goes to Congress and he might have a chance then. It's absolutely ridiculous. And everyone within the Republican Party are ignoring his calls. He's furious that they're not on all of the shows screaming, saying it's fraud, voter fraud, voter fraud. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry about that. But the thing about voter fraud is this: whereas before it was just rhetoric, now you've got to bring the receipts. You've got to bring the receipts and prove it. And they're searching for any evidence at all, and they just can't find it. And it's hilarious to watch this slow and painful death presence.
Yeah. So apparently, and that, of course, his family, they're all around him right now, and he's going off on a tangent about all these things. And they're like, yeah, you're right, Dad. You know, Melania is probably like heavily drinking and packing her shit in the other room, but his kids are getting irritated with the people that are around him, and that they're not getting on board with all of his rhetoric and his lies. And they're just, I think people are just really starting to do this. They're just,
of course they are.
distancing themselves.
He's an anchor. He's a political anchor at this point.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen when he is finally out. None of these people that were kissing his ass while he was president are going to be there for him.
And he's going to be broke. And he's going to have 400 and something million and change that he owes.
Yep.
He's going to be broke, dejected. And then there's that whole rumor that he might run in 2024. I mean, he's just going to be
what?
He's not going to be viable. You haven't heard that? Yeah, they're saying that he could run in 2024, and there's just.
Well, speaking of, I think that's a good segue into.
But you're taking this too easily. 70 million people just voted for the man. So there is a base there, and we can't. It would be foolish for us to ignore 70 million people. So if there's still hatred in America in 4 years' time, then of course he has a platform to run. Now, he's going to be too old, but that still feeds the 70 million people who voted for him.
Yeah, you're right.
And I hear what you say, and I think what I'm thinking, because I'm the optimist, always looking at the glass half full, is that this younger generation. It's a snowball right now with them. And we had more younger voters register than ever. And we have the old people dying off who are the white conservatives. And so my hope is they stay civic minded and they continue to be as passionate 4 years from now as they are now.
You know what I'm pissed off at? I'm pissed off at the fact that 80 million people didn't vote.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
And people can say that, some people were sick or some people couldn't get out. Look, with mail-in ballots, it became almost impossible for you to have a reason not to vote. Yeah. But 80 million people decided, nah,
I'm busy that day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And add that 80 million plus the 70 million, that's 150 million Americans did not vote for Joe Biden. That's 150 million Americans who did not vote for decency. So I know it's good to be optimistic, absolutely, because there's going to be massive changes. But still, what the fuck is wrong with America?
Well, we don't have time to. That goes back to what
What is wrong with you?
That goes back to what we were talking about before we got in. Patty, you were talking about like our reactions at first, how you were, you stayed the same pretty much the whole time. Whereas I know on election night, I was like, I was an emotional wreck. But I think some people explained it really good to me afterwards, like yourself. And it's not that I was necessarily so afraid that Biden wasn't going to win. What I was upset about was that I was hoping this was going to be a moral victory for us, America, that we were going to come out in such large numbers to say that this is not okay and this is not what America stands for, and to snatch our respect back from the international stage. And it was quite opposite. We're barely skinning by, this election. And like you said, it's disheartening and a little scary, to be honest.
Well, I think that you can't, I think that we are all very analytical. And so we're looking at everything. We're like, what the hell? What the fuck is the matter with you? I think a lot of people just don't look at the issues, and they're maybe looking down a ballot and they're like, okay, that name looks good. My husband and I talked about that name right there. Yeah, I know that name. I'll vote for that name. So I think some people don't give it that much thought. So
there's a lot of people in the country that are just so apathetic to everything that's going on that they just don't care. It doesn't affect me personally, so why should I give a shit?
That too.
They don't follow politics. They don't really give a crap what's going on in the world. In their bubble, everything's fine, everything's going good. I have a job, I get a paycheck, I go home, I do the whole thing, lather, rinse, repeat, and that's fine. And that's all that matters to me. I don't give a crap if someone down the street is starving. That's not my world. I don't give a crap that, someone got killed by a cop. That's not in my bubble. And it's to get that mindset from just this very local point of view to a more global point of view. That's just a mindset that you just can't force upon people. You can say, hey, why don't you look at the worldview? There's a lot more things that happen than just your backyard, and they just don't care. And then it's the struggle of getting people that just don't care to care. And you got to somehow figure it out, that they will actually, start paying attention. And that's the hardest thing of all.
I think you're right. I think the vast majority of people voted for Trump based on the economy and based on the fact that if Joe Biden was president, he would shut things down again temporarily. And because there's no stimulus, people would be worried about putting food on their table. Mm-hmm. The irony is if Joe Biden was president, he would make sure there was a stimulus before he put people into lockdown, and people would have food on their table. But I agree with you. It's all about, I like the persona of Donald Trump, not his policies. Therefore, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. It's more about personality. But what you said about getting people interested in, like, the next 20 years has to be written off. It only starts now with education, that you get people involved at a very early age. And I'm talking about 4 years of age. Get them involved in critical thinking and autonomous learning, and things will change for the better. But 150 million people, folks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is. It's, I had done, I did a duet the other day with one of my friends on TikTok, an African-American creator. And I literally was like bawling my eyes out. I actually should have uploaded that one. And she was pissed. And she was like, 55% of white women voted for Trump.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
She was like, we have carried you on our backs the whole time you've been stabbing us. Yep. And it was like, it was so powerful. And then I don't know if you guys know Aunt Callie. She is Native American. She's indigenous, and she is amazing. And I absolutely love her, Aunt Callie. She did a duet of this, and it was, I need a hero. And it shows, and it was showing like, all these numbers of the people that voted, the women that voted, the Latinos. You saw it, Ryan, the Latinos, the white women, all these things. And then it said, and then it goes, I need a hero. And you see this African-American woman with her mask on that says Black Lives Matter. And then it's like, she's got all these clips of all these Black women that just saved the day. Like they came out in masses. 91% of African-American women voted blue. And like, that is huge. And it was so, again, made me cry. I was I cried so much.
And me being the serious one in the group, I just want to say,
that's a good way of putting it.
I'm the party pooper. So Goddess Mia, as you can see, most of us, if not all of us, saw your video. Yeah. So let me be the one to thank you. And thank your community for putting us on your backs, because you guys showed up in Detroit, you guys showed up in Georgia. So you guys single-handedly, in my opinion, have flipped some of these states. So like you said, thank you so much. You guys showed up, and there are so many of us out here that see it. We appreciate it, and we love you so much.
We support you, and we're going to continue to fight by your side.
I think it's really exciting.
Do you want to talk about heroes? Stacey Abrams is a hero.
Stacey Abrams,
800,000 votes.
Was robbed of the governorship 2 years ago. And instead of sitting on her arse and sulking about it, she got up, mobilized, and registered 800,000 people to vote in Georgia, primarily people of color. And that's why Georgia is going blue.
Yep.
It's because of her. And she is an absolute hero.
Oh, she's going to be recognized big time.
And there are
UV moms at home drinking their wine in their WhatsApp group saying, "Oh, let's all make a pact to vote."
What are you talking about, Patty? What's up, guys?
Yeah, sorry. As everyone in the room drinks alcoholic beverages, thanks.
You're really
talking about?
wrong.
Sorry.
I wanted to interject. I am part of a liberal women's group of the county next to my city, and they turned that county blue, which no one ever thought that they would do. And they just posted today, and I think I'll do some TikToks on it, on activism that we can do right now for the 2 runoffs that are going to be happening in Georgia.
Yep.
And one is a postcard, what am I looking for? Postcard, like blitz. Like you can be
a blast
of writing like all these postcards.
A blast, like a postcard blast, like we send it.
Yeah, like you can be part of this and get these postcards. And I've done that before. I've written to my representatives, and you can volunteer to call. You don't have to live in Georgia. You can do postcards. You can call, but the early voting for those starts in December. Yeah. So those 2 Senate runoffs start early voting in December. We all need to be talking about it.
Everyone
We
say
all
hi
need
to
to be-
Juan.
Everybody
Hi,
say hi.
Juan.
We love you.
We all need to be talking about that on our TikToks to get everyone involved with those 2 runoffs, because that's going to be super important in the Senate. Because if we have Republican-led Senate, it's going to make Biden's life hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. There's going to be, if Mitch McConnell gets to just call everything all the time, it's just going to be a mess. And we all know how spiteful that fucking guy is.
Fucker.
He's such an ass.
Little fucker.
Yeah.
So
I was
here's
so
something
pissed, man, when I
encouraging.
heard anybody that I've been going live a lot on TikTok lately, and everybody knows I freaking hate Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham. Like
We
they
all
are.
We all do.
Yeah.
The hell people were you thinking?
But there's a chance we can't give up hope on the Senate. So there's still
No, you're right. You're right.
chance.
There is. But speaking of heroes, that takes us into our next hero of the day that needs honorable mention.
Yes.
And that is Jim Kenney, the mayor of Philadelphia. Sir, I just want to salute you. My hat's off to you. You literally said everything that we all wanted to say. And for any of you who missed it,
no, I think what the president needs to do is, frankly, put his big boy pants on. He needs to acknowledge the fact that he lost, and he needs to congratulate the winner, just as Jimmy Carter did, just as George H.W. Bush did, and frankly, just as Al Gore did. And stop this and let us move forward as a country. And that's my feeling. I doubt he'll listen to me, but that's it.
The fact that you can hear someone laugh in the background when he says that just makes it beautiful.
where is it? Give it to me.
Oh, there it is.
That was awesome. Ryan sent that to me today. I'm like, that was. I mean, I've been waiting for somebody to tell Trump to put his big boy panties on and suck it up. He doesn't give a shit. He is putting our country in danger with every lie that he tells. How many news outlets was it? Like 3 or 4 last night? They just cut his ass off.
Lester
they're
Holt was like, we got to interject.
We're like, he is lying. And then Twitter? Did you see his Twitter? If you go to his Twitter page, it's like was removed because this was baseless kind of shit. I'm like, holy shit.
Twitter sent out a statement that they have 2 new job openings, and they're both geared towards censoring Donald Trump's Twitter account. It's now a full-time job for 2 individuals.
Makes sense. It makes total sense.
I'm in Twitter.
Job.
Are you watching?
I got my dream job.
And Maria and I, we're in.
We're in.
Can we? This is a video.
Hell,
this is
we'll
the
pay
video.
you. We'll pay you.
Actually, I just stumbled upon a third hero that we need to honor. I can see that Brain Daddy is actually in the chat here, and he actually got footage of what Trump is doing right now.
What?
He's got seriously right here. It's
will do, say, or will happen to him if he loses the.
I don't know how he got that footage.
Amazing.
It's absolutely amazing.
It must have been the same guy that was in the White House that got
out.
the footage of him rolling on the ground.
I think that I follow him so that I could get that amazing footage from his account.
Oh my gosh.
It's great.
That's awesome. Yay, Brain Daddy.
Did you guys speaking of lies from Donald Trump, did you guys see that Kayleigh McEnany, the press secretary, posted on her Twitter today? She posted a video of a guy doing a podcast in his basement talking to what was apparently a post office worker, but it was blurred out and his voice was distorted.
Yes, I did see that.
And I'm like, that is not evidence. Like, just put it in context. That's the same as Joe Biden taking one of my TikToks into the Supreme Court and saying, look, evidence. It's absolute moronic.
Anybody can make that shit up. That's just stupid.
And then the other influencer, the Lee with no name, he's in California.
Yeah, the Lee with no name.
Yeah, and he debunked that whole thing. It was a pile of ballots being burned, and he said if you do any kind of research, you'll see that there's sample ballots.
I do edit that one.
Yeah, that MAGA Cuddy, he got himself banned several times from TikTok for showing false information.
Yeah,
and it's just unbelievable the lengths that they'll go to just deny reality.
Yeah, MAGA Goody came after me once, and that was the last time he did.
Did you guys see the video today of the Trump supporters praying up against the count center?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Literally,
They were like kneeling up against the vote counting building. Was it in Philadelphia?
In tongues. It was absolutely.
They were like, it was like honestly, the first thing when I saw this looks like the Wailing Wall.
Yeah,
that's exactly
it is.
the first thing that came to mind.
Unbelievable.
And I mean, that's not a slight on anything, but I'm just like, it's not a sacred thing that you're praying to here. What is going on?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
what I thought was that these people are going to directly find out that thoughts and prayers do fucking nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tots and pears.
Hey, here we go.
We made it. How long?
Was that pretty good? Top of the morning to you.
No, that's terrible, Nikki.
I thought it was good.
Please stop.
It's really bad. It's almost as bad as it comes.
You know what, Patty? When this is all done, we're all showing up at your house. So.
Yes.
Well, obviously, you told us last week that all of the lesbians are on their way. So let's go.
Hey, you're lucky, man.
It's a party now.
It's so much fun over there by the time they get there.
My gosh, yeah.
It's going to be dark and gloomy here. And here's what I want to say, because somebody said they're blocking the Carrie said they're blocking the freeways in Detroit, and it's not just in Detroit they're blocking the roads, but I seem to recall all these Trump supporters saying run all these people over that are blocking the roads, like the wall of moms and all those people. But now that they're not getting their way,
they are truly Trump supporters are truly like their god Trump. They are they are the most hypocritical people that have ever existed, in my opinion. Like, they will say one thing 1 minute and then do it the next. And it's a do as I say, not as I do kind of attitude with them, just like Trump.
Well, it's indoctrination.
It is. You're right. That's exactly right.
Right.
They've been.
I was looking, and in Georgia they were saying stop the count, and in Arizona they were saying, keep counting, keep the count.
I had a good meme about
hello. And then the other thing was Donald Trump said last night. He was like, he was tweeting like a lunatic, and I couldn't help but think his coronavirus response and his election response are the same. His coronavirus is, we only have cases because we're doing testing. We're testing, and it's
same thing, same rhetoric.
We only have ballots because they're counting. If they weren't counting, there would be no ballots, and I would win.
And my question is, so which states is he throwing lawsuits at?
Oh God, Michigan, Georgia,
the states he's losing
Pennsylvania, the ones he's losing.
Do you see Biden saying we're going to sue Florida or Texas?
Well,
no, I didn't.
But to be fair, that's what they're doing.
It's within his right. Yeah.
Well, it's within his right, and it's not something that isn't done normally.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like in any close state, if somebody's
spectacle of it.
It's where he's going to take.
And I'm not, I'm just saying, like, that part's not crazy. It's just, but you've lost so many other states and so many metropolitan areas that it just really doesn't matter at this point. It's
no, it doesn't.
Like Jim Kenney said, it's time for you to just do
put
the
your
right thing.
Big boy panties on.
Yep, I lost.
He's a big boy too.
I've noticed historically that whenever a candidate asks for a recount, not only does it not show that not only does it show that he still lost, but 9 times out of 10 it shows that the winner of this state actually got more votes and you got less votes. So it's just going to screw him more. So, that extra 40,000 that you thought you got in Georgia, no, those were actually for Biden. So you just screwed yourself. You should have just shut your mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I just feel like I'm on the Paddy Show right now. I'm just
a squirrel trying to get a nut on my own show.
Patty's awesome. So what do you guys think about now? Biden has been very humble through all of this, and he hasn't been saying much. He's just like, he's very superstitious. He's like, we're going to wait until all of the ballots have been counted. Many people on like on the left side have been saying he needs to make a statement saying we have won this election and kind of show. But I want to know where you guys, what you guys think about this. I was talking to my husband about this and he was like, no, he's doing the right thing. He's going through the process. He is looking stronger with every minute by being like, let's see this out first. So what's your take on that, Murphy?
I agree with your husband. It's basically you got two kids in the schoolyard, and one won the ball game, the other lost the ball game. The one that lost the ball game is kicking dirt and screaming and crying and making himself look like a fool, and the other the kid that won the game just wants to shake his hand and just wants to say good game. And he's just standing there and waiting for this temper tantrum to end so that, okay, well, the game's over. Can we get on with our lives now? Yeah. He's looking more and more like a leader the less and less that he says. He's letting Trump screw himself. That is extremely smart. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Maria, your take. Who was going to talk? Ryan? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine, Ryan. Go ahead.
I thought we'd make the round table here.
Nikki's right. The guest should go first.
Okay. I was going to say I would love to hear Biden speak right now, not necessarily to declare victory, but I would just like to hear him speak because he's just. I just love him. You know, the more I get to know about him and his empathy, and this is his third try for the office, right? So, you know, this is a long time coming. He knows it's inevitable. He knows he's got it, but it would be great for him to come out and just be like, hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? I mean, I know the stage is all set. I saw them building it. It's in Delaware, right? He's in Delaware right now. I think he's got what? Daddy. What? Oh God, what is it?
Trump tried to screw himself last night. He failed.
Love you, Brain Daddy. That's what Melania says too.
Did you guys?
Apparently, guys.
Did you guys see the TikTok?
Apparently, he's speaking right now.
Oh yeah, like the double-handed, like the jerk off thing.
Jerking off the ghost.
Okay, Patty, I want to hear Patty's take before we get distracted, guys. Patty, what's your take?
Yeah, just for Biden was supposed to speak in 30 minutes, but they're not sure if he's going to do that now. But in terms of how Joe Biden is reacting, I think it's a masterclass compared to what's that comment? I didn't miss that comment. I think it's a masterclass compared to Trump because he's showing composure. He came out yesterday and he was like, okay, first of all, coronavirus is serious, guys. We need to reinforce our efforts. Oh, and also, I'm just going to be patient and I'm going to wait for the results to come in because every vote counts. Blah, blah. He was very presidential in how he's talking. And then 20 minutes later, Donald Trump comes out and goes, 8,000 lies and I've no evidence. Good luck. And it just showed the massive difference between the two. And I was like, yeah, I was so right about Biden. And I just want to say to you all, I told you so.
Yeah. Now, Ryan, what are you thinking?
First, nobody likes to know it all, so shut up. And
I live in the best country ever.
Honestly, I'm pretty much. Oh man, and you're not even drinking. So I'm pretty much would echo what you said. What I feel like what Biden has done and said, you know, as far as his statements, has been very calm, which is what we need. It's shown that, you know, he's somebody who can handle, you know, all the anxiety and everything that goes with this and still stand up there and be like, we're going to be okay, guys. Just sit back, chill out. Don't go out and do anything stupid. Just, you know, we got this. Yep. And if that's a sign of things to come, then I think we're going to be good.
Yep. And I think that I totally agree with Maria that I would like to hear something, not necessarily, woohoo, we won, but like, hey guys, you know, like just out there in this, like a little bit in the spotlight because he's going to be, what did it say? I missed it.
2%.
Everybody wants some.
shit.
Sorry.
Gosh darn it, Ryan. Why you got to do that to me?
I'm
Ryan?
sorry. And
You know, we
this
talked
is
about
totally-
this
I'm the one-
Patty.
this
I'm the one that
middle-aged
turns this
shit
into
where
a
you
dating
forget
show
what you're
'cause I'm in
talking about, and
control
then
of
you
the
do that
comments.
shit
I'm
to
sorry.
me. Dang.
Everyone, calm down.
40 lashes. 40 lashes
Hey,
with a
could
wet
you do me a
noodle.
favor? Could you button up that? Could you button up that last button? I think it's throwing people off. Man.
I didn't see the comment. I have no idea what the comment was. So
Oh,
I'm gonna.
Apparently, Patty's quite
It
popular.
says 2% of people here for the politics chat. The other 90% are here to get a date with Patty.
That's amazing. Oh my
Swipe
goodness.
left, swipe left.
Does it even matter what I say at this point? Because it's
No.
like kind of a
Blah 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 blah. Patty.
Okay,
blah,
but
blah,
I am
blah,
gonna
blah, blah,
finish.
blah.
Damn it! It's what I tell my husband.
Sorry.
I'm gonna finish.
Oh,
So,
wow.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
See, now that's
Hopefully my
not, thank you,
husband's
Sarah. Thank you.
So anyway, I think people are really now. They, fuck it. I'm gone.
So funny. I'm just
Fucking
thinking
God.
you're out there just
I'm
going.
gone.
Nikki's like, you know, it's my name that's first in this thing, right?
I'm gonna
It's
play
like,
my
tell
magic,
my
my
husband
magic
I'm gonna
8 ball while you assholes have a.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I gotta put
What
that
did
back.
it say? Oh, wait, no, this is a good one. I'll be your wingman hitting the clubs, Patty.
We are props in the Patty Show right now.
Oh,
We are
we
props.
are. We are total.
This is what Nikki and I envisioned, though, honestly, when we first started talking about this, like us just kind of being like slap happy, like, oh, this is over.
Oh my god. I
Hey,
love
Nikki.
it.
But apparently we're going to get Patty married off and start our own bachelor show. So
No,
Yeah.
don't get married, Patty. You just play the field because you got a lot of options right now.
Yeah, you do.
yeah, but here's the thing. I'm just happy being single and by myself. Though.
Just
Now they're going to be encouraged even more.
love it.
More importantly, hey Nikki, are you finished yet? Are you finished? Are you finished?
Kind of. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Am I
I need a
finished?
paper- I need a paper bag.
Yes. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
Nikki.
That's good. That's all right.
Next question,
I'm good.
What's the next question? Let's move on. Let's go.
Wait,
All right.
Oh, Patty, do you like long walks on the beach and sunsets?
Okay, so let's get back to some serious shit here. What do you guys think Trump is going to do from November to January? Who wants to go first? I am going to give this one to Maria first.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You're welcome. Hopefully you can finish.
I
Ouch.
always finish.
God damn it.
We're in a room full of
Like, I
boys.
always get mine.
Okay. Patty's going to tell me I'm being too optimistic, which is I'm fine with.
Mhm.
I think he's going to shrivel away. And maybe it's just my PTSD wanting him to go away.
Mhm.
But we've not seen a lot of him for the past 3 days. And I understand his advisors told him not to make a statement yesterday. And then the networks didn't give him his time. Twitter's taking away his time. So what happens when a fire doesn't have oxygen?
Yeah, it goes out. Absolutely.
Yep.
So I'm hoping.
That's a great analogy. That's
I
a
know I
great
just came up with
look.
it.
Yeah.
You did. That was really good.
So I mean, they should have done that the whole time. Why didn't Twitter do that the whole time? It could have saved our country.
Right.
And
Or at least helped
so
you.
I'm hoping, because I think that right now he's the anchor. And well, he's not the anchor. He's a sinking ship. I did a TikTok today. He's a sinking ship. The rats they jumped off and they're swimming to the shore. They don't want anything to do with him because
Yeah.
they want to stay in the Senate, right? And he's going to be a freaking scar on their resume.
Yep. Murphy, you're up. What you think?
Unfortunately, I am not as optimistic. I think he's going to do as much damage as he possibly can. I'm not 100% familiar with, I mean, the lame duck laws. You know, I mean, what is his power via executive order? Even if it's just physical damage, like, is he going to trash the White House, or is he just going to raise, just stoke the fire in his base, and then his base is going to do all the damage. Honestly, I just think he's going to fuck shit up as much as he possibly can, because if he can't be in control, then god damn it, something's wrong and I have to do it. His ego and his narcissism is not going to allow him to resign. It's not going to allow him to, just stop. I mean, even with that article in Vanity Fair, I don't know how true that is. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with Vanity Fair's reputation. But if he does barricade himself in the Oval Office, then all of our wishes come true to see him dragged out in January. And then it's like Christmas all over again a month later.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to go to the inauguration. Anybody want to meet me? I'm going.
You are?
If COVID wasn't such a hot spot in Wisconsin right now, I would say yeah, but
it's a drive. It's still really an hour away. Yeah.
But yeah, I during the inauguration, I'm gonna dance around a fire like a wild idiot. That's gonna be my thing.
Patty.
I agree with you, Murph. I disagree with what Trump is going to do, because for a couple of different reasons. First of all, in terms of executive orders, he still has the power to do all of that, but executive orders all have to be legislated for. So the impetus is not going to be there. Mitch McConnell doesn't need Trump anymore. He's got his judges. Exactly. He doesn't need Trump in any way, shape, or form. But the second thing is his ego is so damaged, and he has no motivation to govern. So I think he's literally going to go back to Mar-a-Lago. He's going to sit there and sulk. I don't think he's going to advocate the office. I think he's going to stay in the office, but he's certainly not going to go to inauguration. He might do a couple of.
Dude, holy cow. You have a lot of suitors.
A couple of pity party rallies to say he stole it from trying to stir up his base. But here's the thing about what you said about starving him of the oxygen. And that goes for his base as well. What we need to do as Black Lives Matter supporters and other people who are protesting, there is no point in protesting Donald Trump because he's insignificant now. To the next guy, there's nothing to be achieved by marching in the street saying, we're protesting the guy who we just voted out. Nothing to be gained for there. Yeah. And if that presence isn't there, then his Trump supporters have no oxygen to attack.
Yes. Love
it's
it.
a much calmer scenario.
Beautiful, guys. All of your, we have no idea how this is going to go. It could go in so many different directions, just like, where you go on the map and you think, okay, this has 19 different paths. This is Trump, that we're kind of dealing with Trump's temperament right now. And how we don't know, because a lot of times, he is a bully. Straight up a bully. He has been his whole life. And usually when bullies don't get what they want and they get stomped down, they cower. And I am praying to God that he just cowers, but I don't think I think he is going to try and do as much damage as he can in the next 2.5 months to us, to our country, because he is a spiteful little shit. And
chamber is quiet now, because even now when he's trying to call his supporters, his allies to talk up on the news right now, none of them are returning his calls. So that echo chamber all of a sudden is just himself, the daughters who he loves, i.e. Ivanka, some of his the other children, and
that was harsh. But true.
And Kayleigh McEnany, that's pretty much his entire circle. He cannot achieve anything with that amount of support. Paddy is our next Bachelor. Stay tuned. Jesus. Okay. Oh, okay. That's the private chat. Oh, I'm sorry for reading the private chat. Just reading the private chat. Okay. Sorry, Ryan. Go ahead.
Focus. I love you, Paddy. Oh my gosh, you're so amazing. He's covering up more. Oh, are you gonna do the
Trump? He's putting the Trump tie on.
Please, he's got the Trump tie.
I think the thing that makes that Trump costume the best is the fact that you have all the orange on the collar.
Yeah.
That's what makes it the best for me.
I never noticed.
Deliberate though. That was
I
seriously,
never
look at
noticed that.
all of his Trump videos that he makes. Not only is the voice spot on, but all of the
But was that on purpose, Patty?
crud on
the collar.
Was it on purpose? Did you put it on the collar?
Yeah. It's part of
Okay,
his work.
because I'm like, because I know you put the makeup on, but that's funny. That's well thought out. Good call, Murphy. I never even noticed that.
Oh yeah, because I noticed that with when I was in high school, I used to be in the drama team, and we'd have to put pancake makeup on and then highlights and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw that, and it would always get on your collar on the inside, but never on the outside because you knew what the hell you were doing. And then when I saw it on the outside, I'm like, oh my god! I've seen like freshmen that were like in plays that didn't know how to put it on.
Hold on,
and they get it all on their collars.
What's up, Maria?
Old Man Murphy has been asked to start his OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
The first post that I'm going to make on my OnlyFans page is getting GE tattooed on my left butt cheek and then RGIA tattooed on my right butt cheek.
No.
I thought you were gonna do it. Shit. And getting your something tattooed on your what?
Oh no! Okay,
Don't get us banned.
You've probably seen like the video that's going around. If Georgia flips blue, I'm gonna get a peach tattooed on my ass.
Right. Oh, yeah. So, your boy, your boy hates TikTok. He's like gonna get one, I think. But
so what? I took one of them that I saw and then I stitched it and I said, I'll one up you. I'm gonna get GE tattooed on my left butt cheek and then RGIA tattooed on my right butt cheek.
Oh, you're a bad man.
Because of the O in the middle.
The O, yeah, you figured it out.
The brown eye.
I've gotten so many people that said we need pictures of this, and I'm like, I would get banned permanently.
Literally, we have a comment on the screen. Yeah.
So you guys, I want to show you a clip from 2000. And the question I had just asked you, I want to try and redirect you guys a little bit. We're having a lot of fun. It's so much fun having you guys on. But I do want to redirect a little bit. So in 2016, I want to show you a clip from one of the debates between fucknuts Trump and Hillary Clinton. So this is, wow, did she hit the nail on the head here? Let's take a look.
Do you make the same commitment that you will absolutely, sir, that you will absolutely accept the result of this election?
I will look at it at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
Well,
okay?
Chris, let me respond to that because that's horrifying. Every time Donald thinks things are not going in his direction, he claims whatever it is rigged against him. He lost the Iowa caucus. He lost the Wisconsin primary. He said the Republican primary was rigged against him. Then Trump University gets sued for fraud and racketeering. He claims the court system and the federal judge is rigged against him. There was even a time when he didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged against him.
Should have gotten it.
This is a mindset. This is how Donald thinks. And it's funny, but it's also really troubling.
Okay.
That is not the way our democracy works.
Do you make the same commitment to you?
So
can I just say we really screwed the pooch on that election?
Well, let me tell you what that is exactly what I was going to say. Not only did Hillary Clinton get screwed in 2016, but the American people got screwed royally. And she called it. She was like, I mean, this woman has been in politics for years, and she's really smart. I mean, she may not be super likable, but she's really smart. And, we get Trump in the house and it's like, okay, I mean, people are now finally, we voted him out and we're going to have a real president. So
I think Julie Janangle hit the nail on the head. Does Trump even know what a caucus is? No, it's one of those tall green things that grows in the desert, according to him.
It's like this. The Sororo
looks like this, and it's if you squeeze it just right, you get a lot of tequila out of it.
What the hell is happening right now? What are you talking about?
I'm not. Oh, you're looking at the comments.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
And that's the thing. That is what like destroyed Hillary Clinton in 2016 is because she wasn't likable.
But-
And people,
Yeah.
but she's really smart and she had really good policies and I really think that she would have done really great for, she would have been amazing for our country.
And what was the reason why she wasn't popular? Because she was a strong female.
Well, because first of all, she was a female. Hello.
Yeah, and she was a strong, educated female. And then people
exactly.
were like, "Oh, she should have left her husband." Well, I realize Melania is not a politician, but no one's saying that about Melania. That's a Trump supporter, right? He's like paid off porn stars
Again,
and so
hypocrites.
exactly. So we have this amazingly qualified woman who walks away from politics, who got, by the way, the second most votes ever in an American election before. I mean, Biden's number one right now.
Oh yeah.
And quick note, it's been 16 years, I believe, since a Republican presidential candidate,
since George the First Bush Senior, the incumbent didn't win.
Popular vote. So that just shows you the shift. We're trying to be progressive. We're really trying.
Yeah.
And this whole process is just screwing us over.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
look at the Trump playbook. Look at the Trump playbook. So in 2016, it was lock her up, villainize her as much as possible. And then Jim Comey really won that election for Donald Trump by coming out a couple of weeks out and saying, we're reopening an investigation. And in the minds of Americans, that was it. That was it. She was guilty. The same rhetoric was happening this time around. Hunter Biden, Joe Biden locked them up, but they couldn't get any investigative department to say we're investigating. They couldn't do it. And if they could, Donald Trump would be president again.
Yeah.
Well, the number one reason that he failed. You know what the number one reason is, right?
That
COVID.
Trump failed? COVID. Absolutely.
COVID.
If there was no
COVID.
COVID, he would have won in a landslide.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yep. Thank you, COVID.
Jim.
COVID.
Marsha.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So who's gonna scream Jumanji on New Year's Eve?
We're gonna do another podcast.
Jumanji.
That's actually a really good idea for a TikTok. Is it rolling dice and it rolls on 3, and then you see this in this black circle that says Jumanji, and I mean I got the tools, I could do it.
You know how to? I would do it. I just don't know how.
You just like that, and I just Jumanji, and then and then it's back to 1965, like too far back. Shit.
So stop talking and make it, because you don't want to give it all away. Because that's amazing. I know you could do it.
Somebody asked me earlier today in a DM, said, "Can you take that scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit when Judge Doom was melting in the dip, but replace Christopher Lloyd's face with Donald Trump and then turn the dip blue, and then Eddie Valiant would have Joe Biden's face and see him melting, and what a world, wow, like that." And I'm like,
what a world.
If I had, unfortunately, the tools that I do have can't really do deep fakes. But I mean, I loved the concept of that. I thought that would be, I was like, if I had the tools to do that in a heartbeat.
That's awesome. You need to make that. I know I have to put my glasses on.
The Jumanji one, yeah, definitely.
I love your glasses, Maria. I need to get some cool ones like that. Mine are just
I'm
like
gonna send you some.
little Target.
They're for better
I
holiday
need to send you
editions.
something.
Can you see through my clothes right now with that on?
No, but I can see through that inflatable behind you. It's full of shit.
Oh, I got mine. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm gonna turn my camera off for a minute. I'll be right back. I have something too.
Uh-oh.
How do I turn off my camera? How do you do that?
There should be a button
There's
down
a
at the
thing
very
down at the
bottom
bottom.
of your
The
stop cam. Yeah.
She's gone to finish, I guess. So
I hope she turned off her audio too.
I said that out loud. I apologize.
Don't
So,
you dare Kate
Ryan,
Roger
what-
Rabbit with
Nikki
Trump.
whooped your ass.
No, Brain Daddy, and no, somebody asked me, and I think that would be a really good metaphor for it. But yeah, I just don't have the
So
I don't have
Patty-
the tools. I don't have the talent. It's not Miller time.
So Patty, I know I'm just on the Paddy Show right now, and you are amazing, and you live in a great country. I'm
Oh
totally
my
serious.
God.
But all my
Sorry.
friends were texting me. All my friends.
You're
were
right,
texting
Patty.
I was
Did you
right.
finish- did you
Look at
finish?
you. Hot
Did you
flushes
finish?
and everything. It's great.
Why do I have a dictionary thing up? There we go. Okay.
But it was funny because so many people contacted me the day after the election, and they're all freaking out. They're like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "Take deep breaths." Like if you go on my TikToks, I was like, "We've got this. We've got this. Just let it unfold. Let it unfold. It's gonna be okay." And
You're two peas in a pod.
Two
peas in a pod.
Two
I
little
totally agree.
peas in a pod.
And
I
you know
didn't
what,
tell-
Fitness Queen? I cannot wait till tomorrow because you get more beautiful every single day.
Stop it.
She's just gonna melt, man.
When the hell did I miss while I was gone? I was literally gone 10 seconds.
You know how many,
I guess
women
that's all it
you
takes.
just upset, Patty? We just lost 10 viewers.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Patty.
Patty, yeah, you
their
gotta play to your
misery.
base. You gotta play to your base, Patty.
What'll I do? Will I sing or something
Oh
to
my
bring them
gosh.
back?
You guys are so funny.
Patty. Yeah,
Why so out of breath, Nikki?
I'm excited that you could get a love connection in America, and then you can become American.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be.
I know he doesn't want to be American.
I don't blame
I could have called that.
Well, you can have dual
I want to be an
citizenship.
Irishman. I love
Yes, I
being an
am.
Irishman. Everything
you?
about being an Irishman, I love it. I never
I
want to
know.
be an American. I appreciate America and the American people, but I never want to be American. I'm an Irishman, proud,
Oh,
and I'll be that
I
way
get
till the
that.
day I die.
Yes.
I get that.
Yes. So, what
Breaking
other
news.
topics do you guys,
Wait a
Ryan, I know
minute,
you
there's
had,
breaking news.
what?
Someone said there's breaking news on CNN. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Somebody,
there's
figure that
protests
shit
kicking
out.
off everywhere.
Somebody figured that shit out.
I gotta look it up.
Hey, can I
Like,
just
yeah,
say?
yeah, shut
can I
up.
just
Somebody
say we're
figure that
talking
out.
about? Can I just say that we're all talking about Donald Trump getting fired and whatnot, and I just came across this list. These are the other people who are gone when Donald Trump is gone: Kayleigh McEnany, Stephen Miller, Bill Barr, Jared Kushner, Ivanka, Betsy DeVos, Mercedes Schlapp, Jason Miller, Mike Pence, Mike Pompeo, Mark Meadows, Mark Short, Hope Hicks, Wilbur Ross, if he's still alive, that is, and so many more. So all of those people are gone as well.
Oh, I got
That should make
Farewell
you
and
feel
adieu to
so
you,
excited.
fair Spanish.
See you later,
lady.
fuckers.
Yes,
I thought
exactly.
we need a support group.
Farewell and
Support
adieu,
group.
ladies of Spain.
What'd you find out, Maria? What was
The
it?
Supreme Court orders the ballots to be
Wait,
separated.
this just in. No, just kidding. I don't know. All I have is my phone, and it just says Biden's lead's growing. So,
I'm not seeing anything.
Take your time. This is great.
Michigan, someone's House Speaker is going to,
Yes, Betsy DeVos needs to go.
Yeah, she
Oh.
does to go out.
and the ballot counting is going to go through the weekend. Trump has no plan on leaving.
Yeah.
Nope,
Lindsey
there it is.
Graham-
Brain Daddy
Lindsey
just
Graham is
posted.
not looking
Supreme
good.
Court orders PA to separate ballots received
Lindsey Graham.
after election day. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lindsey
What?
Graham
What
is-
was it? What, Ryan?
So is this what I think it is, Brain Daddy? So they're going to separate the ballots that arrived after election day, meaning that they're not going to count them, correct?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
doing
no,
that.
no, no.
On.
No, they're going to separate them to check them more, like in a different way.
They're going to be a little bit more scrutiny.
Supreme Court orders PA to separate ballots received after election day. Not
Yeah,
that they're
not-
just that they need to
not to not
separate
count
them and count them again, right? Is that
And
what
that's
you mean?
good. That's
Yeah.
actually a good thing. They would have
This is a due process thing.
Yeah.
It's a due process, so they're going to make sure that they're valid, but do it separately rather than collectively.
Yeah.
And just remember that lots of these ballots that are coming in after election day are for your servicemen who live abroad. Your armed service people who can't get home. And Donald Trump is saying their vote, despite the fact that they are giving their lives for their country, their vote not important anymore because I might lose. Think about that for a second. Mr. I'm all about the troops. Yeah, get out of that card.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We know the people like ourselves and, a lot of the people most of the people that are on here understand and see how really transparent he is. And a lot of people they kind of turn a blind eye to it, but his rhetoric is continuous. with no matter what subject it is. He tries to bully and change the subject and then immediately attack. He's always on the attack, and it distracts people. When you get attacked, I'm distracted, you know? And that's what he's doing. He's trying to be on the attack, but here's the thing. He is going to be losing his power. And so, like we were talking earlier, these people they're kind of what Maria said, just kind of jumping ship like rats. And is my feed really bad right now, or is it you guys?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Your feed?
My feed, not my feet. I have two feet.
It was a bit laggy.
But it is a little laggy.
So tell me this: how many of you guys have noticed a distinct lack of Trump supporters in your comments today?
Oh, I get the occasional Trump 2020, and people are like,
yeah.
So
I've gotten the occasional, just you libtards are all blah blah blah, and I'm like, really, you're coming at me now? It's like, it's like your team's up 45-3, and there's 2 minutes left in the game, and now you're trash talking. Are you serious?
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous. It really is.
Well, I was seeing more on Facebook. I'm seeing all sorts of crazy Facebook things. So today, I actually got a cramp in my thumb unfriending people. I was like, unfriend. First, I was like, report false news, unfriend. Report false news, unfriend. And my husband, he's like, Maria, just report that stuff. It shouldn't be out there. But there was like a whole thing and at the end, it was like this long thing. Then it says copy and paste before Facebook takes this down. And it was like, if you vote for Joe Biden, you voted to get a bunch of free stuff. And I was like, we're getting free stuff?
Yep.
Damn. We're going to get Biden. The virus is going away and we're getting free stuff. And they didn't like that when I was all excited.
Yeah. Girl, I thought you went off Facebook. Maria and I had a good conversation the other day, and I thought, she's like, I deleted Facebook off my phone. I'm like,
I did for 3 days.
And then
but
after you got funny, you're like, should I do it? No, girl, don't do it, girl. I did it.
I'm not going to do it. I was just thinking about it. So no, I did for 3 days, but I have a business on there, so I've got to go back to it, and then I get sucked in. It's the vortex. I'm like, I'm not going to look. Ah! Yeah. And,
so let's talk about the health of our country right now. We are very divided. We are a very divided country. I want to hear from you guys. I'll give you a second to maybe think about it. And by a second, I mean like 0.001. What do you think is a good...
Sorry.
What do you think is a good path? What path do you think that the Americans can take, not just on a political level, but on a civil level, to get back to some sort of, and not back to, but grow with each other, to pull ourselves back together as a community, as a whole?
I'll go first. Can I go first?
Okay. Yes, please.
Okay, so your country is more divided now than it's ever been because Donald Trump increased his vote. Here's the best thing that you guys can do to unify the country in the interim. You guys need to pass a stimulus package that gives people financial security for the next 3 to 4 months, so that they can protect their family and they don't have to go out to work. If Joe Biden and the Senate and the Congress can pass a stimulus package that gives people some financial security, there will be less hatred, less fear, less worry, and they will be respected. Even Republicans and the poorest people in America will go, these guys actually came through for us after Donald Trump told us he would, and he didn't. These guys are giving us some money that we can actually survive on. And because of that, we're going to start wearing a mask, and we're not going to go out, and we're going to get rid of the coronavirus. But the Democrat admin would be respected. I know that's 3 months in 3 months' time, but if they could do that, they could change the entire outlook for the next 3 years, in my opinion.
Maria, do you have anything to say?
Well,
Or add?
before I was going to say that a friend of mine is watching this. She's a really good friend of mine. She's from Bosnia, and she says that she loves all of us and we're hilarious.
Aw, we love her too.
Yeah, her name is Maya. Say hi, Maya.
Hi, Maya.
Yeah,
Maya.
she's
Is
so
you trying to set
freaking
me up here or
awesome.
something?
She's
Hey, Maya. Is Maya trying to like get a date or something? Hey, Maya, how you doing?
very married. She's very
How you
married
doing?
up.
Dude, you guys
but-
put Patty in pimp mode. Like,
I don't know how that happened, but
go ahead. Go
He
ahead,
doesn't
Maria.
even he doesn't even have a cane or goldfish in his shoes.
She was just saying, I think you guys said, but it's the Supreme Court is ordering Pennsylvania to separate the ballots received after Election Day in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Yeah, we.
Yeah, did we
agree
say
that-
Supreme Court? Did we
Yeah.
say Supreme Court?
It was
Okay.
Supreme Court. Yeah.
he said
Okay,
that.
I didn't know if we said Supreme Court.
So, Maria, do you how do you feel, or how do you like? What is your view on, or how do you think that we can come back together as Americans, as a community? Do you think? I mean, I think it's me personally. I think it's going to take a while, but do you have any thoughts on that?
I think it's going to take decades. And it's not just decades of healing from Trump, but it's where we are as Americans feeding into conspiracy theories, having these crazy sites like Breitbart, Fox News. Fox News, I understand Fox News cannot be shown in Canada as a news source, but it has to say it's entertainment. So
It
we
is.
have to, I don't know how we're going to be able to separate freedom of speech from propaganda and lies. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to see that in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been, I was a child of the 80s. I graduated high school in 1983, and it was an amazing time to be alive. We were just, it was like, you look at these 80s videos and it was good. We were happy and that's coming from a white chick's perspective, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Same.
But we didn't have all this propaganda, and I don't know, Nikki. I don't know how we're going to do it, because we all can see Biden as being this unifier, and we saw Obama, and then you're still going to have 48% of the people who see him as a child sniffer from doctored photos and calling him all these terrible things that he's not. I don't know. I'm just going to fight and encourage people to give to the right campaigns and march, but I can only do what I can do. And but I still say there's a shift. Stacey Abrams. Like, we're seeing the major shift going on right now.
Yeah.
So I gave you a shitty answer, but
no, you didn't. Not at all. Not at all. I think it's very difficult to even think about how to pull our country back together. Murphy, do you have anything to add?
The first 90 days of Biden's presidency are crucial, I think. I think there's still going to be all the rumors, that Trump put in the air of what Joe Biden is supposed to be, and what we are all here, like he's a child sniffer, he's a pedophile, blah 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 blah, all that bullshit. And I think his actions are going to speak much more louder than his words. If he conducts himself in a civil manner, which we all know that he's going to do.
Yes.
If he speaks from the heart, if he reaches across the aisle, if he makes that extension to saying, hey, Mitch, let's work together and figure this out. And if he brings leaders brings both Chuck and Mitch in, and let's talk about this, let's work something out so that it's not I'm just working with Democrats now. Screw you, Republicans. He said that on the campaign trail, that he's going to be an American president, not a red president, not a blue president, but an American one. If he puts those words into action, I think he's going to start the healing process. It's not going to be immediate. None of this is going to be immediate. What Maria said, it's going to take decades to heal all the wounds. But if you get a good start on that heal, it might heal a lot quicker. So that's why I said the first 90 days of his tenure in the White House is going to be extremely crucial to help get that healing process down. With the topic of, the insanity of conspiracy theories and mixed media, unless it's somebody finally makes the distinction of, there's a freedom of speech. I mean, you can say whatever you want in this country, but you also have to realize that with what you say comes a consequence, and we will hammer that consequence in you, like what's being done to Alex Jones. He has spread the conspiracy theories for so many years that everyone that was involved in the Sandy Hook shooting was a crisis actor, and it never really happened. And now we're finally seeing the repercussions of those words. It needs to happen a lot quicker than just a couple of years after. It needs to happen immediately. If you say Donald Trump is an alien from Mars, you need to be attacked immediately for that bullshit. It doesn't matter which side you're coming from. If it's blue lies against the red, or if it's red lies against the blue, all of it needs to be fact-checked and disproven or proven immediately. There can't be any of this more. We can't have it any more wishy-washy. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings anymore. It needs to be, we're sick and tired of this bullshit. We need facts out there, and we can't, keep on wandering. We can't have any more Tucker Carlsons.
No. It's
like saying, oh, well, I had this evidence, but the dog ate my homework, and then he doesn't get even a slap on the wrist.
I think it's too late, Murph. I think it's too late. If you look at this information like it's a river, halfway up the stream there's a dead carcass that's spoiling everything that flows after that. You've got to literally write off everything that's after the carcass and tackle what comes before the carcass. That's the fresh, pure water, and that's children. That's the youth, that's education, and that's making sure that those guys can see the wood from the trees, and make sure that those guys are critical in their thinking and not going home to mom and dad who are teaching them how to be racists every single day and undoing the work that your amazing teachers do every single day. You've got to start there. You know what I mean? I
honestly, Paddy, that was a really great analogy. Like I never really looked at it that way. I think the thing for me that I think, okay, so we have an astronomically high number of people that support Trump and his craziness. Okay, so those people aren't going to change very much. So they're out there. And I think that the right side, these people that have been supporting Trump that are still in power because Trump's going to be gone, they know that percentage is out there. So I think for me, I'm afraid that they're going to continue with this kind of mindset and not work with Biden and his administration, because they know that there is a huge amount of people out there that will support them or even disown them if they try and work with Democrats. It's like this twisted kind of play, and it's sickening to me that there are that many people out there that support the rhetoric of this guy and the horrible things that he stands for. But I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how we're going to be able to meet in the middle. And like Maria said, it's going to be decades and decades, because these motherfuckers just need to die off and start anew. I'm pretty sure that's what you meant, Maria. And I just like
the bathtub, if you have the drain out of the bathtub and the water's coming in, we hope the water coming in is cleaner than what's going out.
Yeah. And that's exactly what Paddy was saying.
Yeah, it's going to be constant indoctrination. I see it with some young people, but hopefully
I agree with the whole river analogy is great, but you have to start at some point. You has to start sometime. And you can't just say, "Oh, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow." If you start, setting ground rules now, then the younger generation, "Oh, okay, well, these are the ground rules," and then they'll get indoctrinated to that. This is what's truth. This is what's fiction, and they'll grow up. And I think it also helps that. I mean, if you look at most of the red states, the education level is extremely low. Like Kentucky, for instance, unfortunately, one of the dumbest states in the union, and they voted Mitch McConnell back in. Why do they do that? Because they're uneducated. They don't.
But don't they have a Democrat governor?
Huh?
Don't they have a Democrat governor?
I can't remember.
No, I don't think Kentucky is a Democrat governor.
Well, so
I think Kentucky is pretty much bought and paid for.
Oh gosh,
and
Kentucky
Nikki
has
knew,
nothing blue about it.
Nikki, I just wanted to say, like, what you're talking about there is true, and what Olman Murphy is saying as well. There's 70 million Americans there that the likes of, and I hate this guy, Charlie Kirk, is rubbing his hands. He's going, I cannot wait to get into these guys and spread that fear a little bit more.
Yep.
And so that's why what you said, Olman Murphy, is true. We got to start now. We got to start the education now.
Is this the guy, the founder of the Proud Boys, that Charlie guy?
No, he's the founder of Students for Trump or something like that.
Oh,
Turning Point USA.
Same thing.
Yeah, they're all the same thing. It's just different names. Yeah. They're all white, they're all racist, and they're all assholes.
Kentucky's governor is Democrat.
Yeah. So I want to say this as well. Middle-aged moment.
Yeah. So Kentucky.
I had a really great thing to say.
I got something to say.
Keep talking. I'll think of it, and then I'll interrupt you.
So
vehemently.
Graham Beshear is an attorney, and he's Democrat in Kentucky.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, he's so they do have a Democrat governor. I wouldn't give up on Kentucky. Actually, I have a couple of friends that live in Kentucky, and they're raging Democrats. And I think we have to be careful. And I know I'm the worst one on my TikToks. We have to be careful on how we speak to the Republicans.
We have to be
careful because not all Republicans are Trumplicans.
Right.
And we have to make sure that we bring them into the fold because they look at Democrats being elitists and, oh, you guys think that you're so above us when they're actually judging us.
I'm still waiting for that check from George Soros. So I'm still waiting for my first paycheck.
I want to ride the coattails of what Maria just said right here. So this is what I was going to say when I had my senior moment, is that yes, okay, we have our government and how they're up here trying to do what they can do to bring, civilians together. We need to, as Americans, try to pull our own selves together within our communities and make sure that we speak up in a nonviolent way. We need to try to, and like what Maria said, I believe there are Democrats, there are Republicans, and there are Trumplicans. And unfortunately, there are a shit ton of Trumplicans as citizens. Now, as actual leaders in our government, there aren't a ton of those. They just were total pussies and were trying to get their re-election sealed. But I think we're going to see something different now. But it starts within our own communities. And we as creators, we all have a really good platform, no matter where we're, what platform we're on. And we need to reach out to those people and say, well, what are you going to do this weekend? Is there anything you can do this weekend to help? How can you help as the person that you are?
And like I said, Nikki, I think right now with us getting into the White House, the next thing that all 5 of us need to do is focus on those 2 seats in Georgia. All 5 of us, we need to come together and just blitz that situation so that we can take the Senate.
That would be amazing if we could. Yeah,
what would really help America heal is if you guys didn't have to register if you're Democrat or Republican.
We don't in
Here-
Virginia.
I know in some states you have to because of the primaries and stuff like that. But in Ireland, and I know it because Ireland is an amazing place, we don't have to register to let people know who we vote for. If you ask somebody, we would just tell you to go fuck yourself. We don't have to tell anybody. Yes, there's loyalty to particular parties, etc. But there's none of this whole us versus them scenario. It's not red versus blue or Republican versus Democrat. And your whole identity politics would stop if you didn't need to tell anybody who you are. People can't get a job in Republican local jurisdictions if they're a Democrat, because it's just assumed that if you're a Democrat looking for a job in a Republican held, I don't know, whatever township or whatever, then you're an evil person, and vice versa. It's absolutely ridiculous. If you guys stopped doing that and using labels to attack people, people would feel more comfortable to be a community rather than an us versus them.
But that starts at the top and it trickles down.
Well, it's
the
setting
only
it's setting
trickle-down
the
thing that's
it's
ever worked.
well, it's actually, here's the thing though, it is setting the example by your own actions, and Trump set the example. He sure as shit set the example, but not in a positive way. And hopefully having the administration that we're going to have going forward will reinstate the greatness. Now, I have not put an American flag out, and I can't tell you how long. I mean, 4 years. So
that's sad.
Soon as it really is, because I felt like in my neighborhood or the surrounding area, if you had your flag out, you were a Trump supporter, and it pains me to the core that I felt like I could not put my where I was born and a patriotic symbol of how I feel about my country. But you know what? That was my way of protesting the government. And now, you sure as shit, I'm going to have a flag out as soon as Biden and Trump concedes, which this is probably going to be in January, but I'm going to put my flag back out. I know that sounds petty, but that's just how I feel.
See, this is what I don't understand as well, though. In the rest of the world, we don't do any of that. We don't need a flag in your garden to say that you're proud to be an American or proud to be an Irish person. We don't put flags in our lawns or signs up on our lawns, you know, bunting and flags and all of that kind of stuff. We don't do any of that. It's every election cycle for 2 years. It's like the Super Bowl every day for you guys. Over here, 6 weeks, we vote and it's all done and dusted. And the fatigue is real, I suppose, for you guys.
But the fatigue is real.
Can you just tell us one bad thing about Ireland? I mean, just one.
I know, right? Fuck.
It's too green.
Hey, honey, pack the bags.
Is there anything bad about Ireland?
I want to live with Patty.
So, Patty, I want to talk.
All the castles are falling apart over there. That's
I think
they're
Patty,
all falling apart.
Just kind of adding to what you've said, what you said is exactly how different our countries are. And so my husband, he works with a lot of people. He has teams in Ireland, and they are the most amazing people over there. Oh my goodness. It is. And he says this to me all the time. He works with teams in different countries. And he was like, in Europe, what he has learned, it is the greater good. It's always the greater good. Here, it's what's in it for me. And that shit needs to change. And how do we do that?
Fitness Queen, you were going to ask me a question, were you?
You having a senior moment? Yes.
No, I wasn't having a senior moment. I abandoned that, and I was just going to say I still blame the Puritans for what's messed up with America. The Puritans, that's how America started, right?
We're totally screwed then.
People are in Europe, and they're like, "Fuck your religion! I'm hopping on a boat. I'm going to this land. I don't know what's there, but I'm going over there." And they were like. And then they came over here, and that's the way America has been. Like, we started our country with giving the mothership the bird. And I don't know. People laugh at me when I say that all the time. I'm like, yeah, I blame the Puritans. And I don't know. Y'all, I seriously, I don't know. I mean, as a yoga instructor, you know, I'm more of a pacifist, and Are y'all laughing at me? What is it?
No, but
Oh,
you guys
God.
want to
What are they saying
see?
about
You guys want to
Patty?
hear something funny?
Oh my God.
Hey,
Patty.
Ryan, can you add to our conversation?
Sorry, I've been focusing on the comments.
Oh my God.
So what do you think,
connection.
Ryan?
No word of lie. I
amazing.
was like,
What
who's
were we talking
Ryan?
about?
Exactly.
Who's
Who's
Ryan?
Maria? Ryan and I
Ryan?
get no love. Ryan and I get no love. It's Nikki, it's
Ryan, what do you-
Patty, it's Murphy. I get no love. No one's like, Maria, you're awesome. I'm just here for the I'm the filler. I'm the red shirt on the Star Trek series.
Girl, I am here for you. I am here. Look at my
red
crown.
shirt.
You
Funny
know,
thing is,
the
I was
guy
watching
in my crown. I'm gonna wear it for the rest of the show.
They
We're so
love
proud of
me.
you.
They really, really love me.
I need props. I have no props.
I got wait, hold up.
I got lots of props. I love my props. Ooh, look what I found the other day,
I
guys.
got some more props,
shit.
but they're not safe for children.
Should we see what the prize is this day? I haven't opened any of these.
How many
Should
do you
we
have?
see what the prize is?
Oh, Brain Daddy.
Do you remember
Dude,
when they
it's
didn't
happening
even
right now.
like try and wrap this shit like this? They just put it in the box.
Ugh.
I know that's like
There's actually like a grammatically
please,
sealed
Granddaddy.
thing in here.
I finally found some Cracker Jack, and I got like how you'd
You
normally
can't
get the
open it.
3-pack.
Gotta love
Yeah,
Cracker
they're
Jack.
like hermetically sealed, and
Yeah,
you need
that's
to, like,
exactly.
you need
what's
to have a
going on.
PhD just to get in there. The prizes are nothing like they used to be. Like you get like little plastic mazes with a small marble, and you have to rotate them around and stuff. They're like things with a QR code, and you got to scan them, and then you can play with the toy
Is that
on your
what the
phone.
fuck this is?
Yeah,
Brain
Jesus,
Daddy.
I was just giving you a damn lick and
bullshit now.
How is
It's-
who's
I
Brain
mean-
Daddy on TikTok? Because there's like Brain
The
Daddy
Brain-
underscore the
Yeah,
sequel.
Brain Daddy
Brain
has
Daddy-
84 accounts. So
Maria,
it's
it's
at the Brain Daddy YT.
The Brain Daddy YT. That's the one
Oh,
you want.
all right, hold
The
please.
Brain Daddy YT. That's the one you want.
All right, guys. So obviously Biden has won this thing. There really is no question. I know that there's that tiny little chance. Where did Patty go?
I'll be back in a sec. Don't worry.
Oh,
Brain Daddy.
No, I
I
didn't.
do follow Brain Daddy.
but I mean, he's pretty much won this thing. So I am ecstatic about that, and I have been ecstatic about this. I was telling Maria actually talked me off the ledge the other day. I mean, not literally, but figuratively, because I was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" She's like, "Calm down, girl. Just breathe. Just breathe." Ryan sends to me, "Girl, I only have he's like, I only have toenails left because my fingernails are gone." And I was like, and then Maria and Patty were just like, you guys calm me down. And Patty especially was like, this is exactly what they have been predicting. So thank you for that, guys.
I am a big believer, Nikki, in, as I hate to say it, as a yoga instructor, like letting the universe unfold as it should.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of peace with that. So I want everyone, if anyone can get a message out of all of this, I know this is a political thing, but we all need to take deep breaths and say the universe unfolds as it should. And we can look at Donald Trump and say, oh my God, what hell was that? But here it is. We became more woke. I said this last time. And more active. Look at the Gen Z. They're like, holy shit.
Absolutely.
And
we've ignited a fire under
right.
Gen Z's
That's
ass.
Right. This unfolded exactly the way it was supposed to. I mean, yeah, we're in a pandemic. That part's bad. But other than that.
Yeah.
But,
it was handled incorrectly by numbnuts. So, it is, I think, I am a believer in everything happens for a reason kind of thing. I mean, my husband thinks I'm crazy when I say that, but then he'll say the same thing. It's like, okay, are you on board or not? So, I mean, I totally believe in that.
Did somebody say numbnuts? Did somebody say numbnuts?
Okay, Patty, like you didn't have steal the show enough. Oh my God.
My fellow Americans, I am under siege. I am cocooned in the Oval Office. They won't let me near the press. Everybody is stealing everything from me except for my dignity. That was lost many years ago. What are we talking about?
You.
Oh my God.
I take offense to that blonde wig.
God.
I take
Please
offense.
hold.
I'm offended.
I'm applying my
Hey,
makeup.
do me a favor, will you?
He's applying his makeup.
Do me a favor. Get the fuck out of my White House, will you?
Where's
I
Nancy?
got news for you, Ryan. It's not white anymore. It's a lovely pale shade of orange.
Yeah, you know that freaking moving truck was them stealing all the shit in there. Load it up, honey.
No, I think that was Melania.
No, the movie truck
I
had
think
to
Melania's.
I'm starting to wonder about the moving truck. I mean, I saw the post myself, and then somebody asked me, what's going on, and then I just reposted the whole thing with the bye going on it. But I was under the impression that ever since 9/11, moving trucks like that were not allowed that close to the White House for. We don't know what they're carrying. It could be, and it could blow up the whole thing.
Well, it's the White House with the Trump administration. It's probably hookers.
Did somebody say hookers? Oh my God. My favorite
hooker
type
shame.
of people are hookers. Melania, are they friends of yours? I'm not sure. I feel as though I did this a little bit too early. I'm not sure, but I think this is too
Donald,
soon.
I just married for money. I did not want to put the Christmas trees up.
Oh my God. I love that. That's amazing.
I cannot uncross my legs now.
Okay. Oh.
So we do have someone in the comment section. Listen
Yeah.
to me, like I'm the moderator.
Find it, Ryan, and put it up,
That
please.
is saying.
What is it saying?
Well, I don't want to really give it.
Oh, there goes my hanky.
But they're talking about. I do think that Nikki, Ryan, we need to talk about what is a legitimate ballot, what is fraudulent, because he's saying these are fraudulent, and how do we need to put the fire out on this, because
It's horseshit. There is zero evidence that ballots are fraudulent. You might get some slipped in here and there, but it's an extremely low percentage rate. That's not going to make a difference in this election. And this is exactly what Trump has been inciting since 6 months ago, 7 months ago, about the ballots and about the voter, the any kind of mail-in ballots, because he knows that they're typically Democrat. So he's been putting this into the minds of his supporters and inciting this crazy theory. And this is exactly what he has been hoping for, is that people are being they're up in arms. It's fake. It's fake. It's fucking not.
But we
This
should
is the
talk
way it
about
goes.
what is a provisional ballot?
Oh.
What is a mail-in ballot? What is an absentee ballot? Then you have military ballots. And I think people don't know enough about those ballots. So they're like, oh, you just found a pile of ballots and counted them. No, we didn't. No one just found them. So a provisional ballot is when maybe someone got a mailed-in ballot and they didn't take it to the polling place, and they showed up. And so, if you guys want, I think we should talk about that, because that's going to be
important.
Yeah, a big huge
in
topic.
Pennsylvania, there was 100,000 provisional ballots, and that could mean many different things. So it could also mean that you showed up at the polling station, and your address was a little bit different. They give you can vote, but you need to go away, come back, and prove that you're X, Y, or Z, or prove that this is your signature, or prove that your ID is correct, or prove that your address is different and whatnot. So that's 100,000 that are counted, but people may not come back and validate those. So that is really important. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and here's the thing, exactly. I think Maria said this earlier about the mail-in ballots. We have how many Americans that are in the military where they have to do a mail-in ballot. So do these people realize that typically military vote Republican? And so you're going to take I mean, I don't know if that's the same this year, but at any rate, it doesn't matter. They're trying to silence the voice of the Americans. And it's not going to happen. I mean, if you guys are watching me right now and you're on this live stream and you think that we are going to be silenced and that, Joe Biden isn't going to win and take power and that Trump is going to try this all like godly thing and stay in the White House, you're wrong, because it's not going to happen. Because first of all, the military has an oath to this country and they will remove his ass with force if need be.
And Nikki, just to reinforce what you said there, reinforce it. Donald Trump and this legal action, I know it's very hard to take me seriously right now, but Donald Trump and this legal action, he's taking your right away from Democrat and Republicans. He's taking voting rights away from Republicans now as well with this. And that shouldn't be acceptable to anyone at all.
And I think that's one of the reasons some of these lawsuits are getting thrown out is just there's no basis for. I mean, the claims that his legal team is making, they have no substance. No. They're just baseless claims to say, I think they cheated. Well, why do you think they cheated? Because I lost. Well, case dismissed. It's just because you lose, that is not grounds for a legal battle.
But I think more and more that come out. They're losing. They're not just saying they're losing. They have a conspiracy theory behind it.
That is the most dangerous thing that this fucking president can do is keep putting these conspiracy theories and stroking these crazy people that these conspiracy theories are real. They're not real people.
But he doesn't even have to stroke them, Nikki. He doesn't.
It's crazy.
He's just at the top of the pyramid, and then they're just coming out. And they're like the Sharpie gate. I don't know if you guys saw the Sharpie gate
with the drawing of the hurricane.
Yeah.
I don't have cable. I don't have, so I'm like on my phone checking stuff. And then I just said to my husband, we're going to get cable for the first time in 5 years because we're going to go, we've got COVID. And it's just like all these little flames that you have to like put out. And I just think that we have to deal with those with facts.
Yeah. Facts. Just the facts, ma'am. Facts over feelings, right? Isn't that what the Trumpsters were saying to us?
Yeah, and now they're
facts over feelings.
And now they're all on their knees praying to the Trumplican God.
You guys,
please get me out of this ticket. Please, Jesus. God,
So I just want to say this, okay? I know that we could seriously rub some shit in these Trumpers' faces that have been coming at us time and time again. But let's be bigger than that, guys. Okay. Let's not do that. We won, period. Okay. Let's not stoke this fire. We want to try and kind of pull people together again. And doing that is just going to separate us even further. Let's be big, adults about this and be nice and kind and be better. Is, we kind of want to teach that. So just going forward with stuff, just be mindful, people that are listening and watching.
Solid advice.
All right, guys, any other last questions before we leave the chat?
Oh, this is good. What do you think Biden's first act will be? Well, Patty said a stimulus package.
It'll be dragging Trump out of the White House. I think it will be a stimulus package. Absolutely.
Policy wise, yes, stimulus, something to do with COVID. First act, taking down all of the walls around the White House. I think that if you take that down, that is going to be extremely symbolic of the tearing down the walls. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that 1989 all over again. It's going to be very symbolic. We're tearing down the walls, very Pink Floyd-esque.
Yes.
And it's just a very symbolic thing. Like, we're not going to build walls here anymore. We're going to build bridges. So just that whole act of getting rid of that, I think that would be a very fantastic first.
Let's build bridges instead of walls. That's a good thing, right?
But then we still have people who someone posted on my TikTok today about, they were like, you think that somebody put on one of my TikToks, you think that Republicans are just going to take this laying down? We have guns.
Like Democrats don't have guns.
Democrats.
You know that was like a freaking 9-year-old, right?
And by the way, it wasn't Republicans going to take this. It's Trump supporters taking this.
Yeah.
Republicans have a sense of decorum about them. I mightn't agree with them, but some of them are your next door neighbors and are fine and have kids. But it's these guys who look like me, who can't walk up a flight of stairs, who bought all of their camo gear off eBay and Amazon and think they're playing World of Warcraft or something like that. Who are like, you're going to get some war. No, dude, I'm really, really not going to get any war off you because you're not going to make it to your front door. Okay? Just to be clear.
I'm so out of breath.
Oh my god. If only I didn't have COVID, I would be able to walk to my garden. Idiots.
Oh, look at your kitty. Oh, so sweet. What a cute cat.
I love the split down the middle. That is fantastic.
I know, isn't it cool? She's a cool cat.
Yeah,
I've always wanted a boy cat
Trump,
like that. Name him Harvey, just for because I'm a big Batman fan.
All right, Trump. We have Trump live right now. Trump, what do you want to say?
I just want to say that I love you, Nikki. No, is that your real name? Ryan, I'm so sorry that you are deaf. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. I can't talk, apparently. I don't want people who can't talk in my lives, okay? I'm seeing an awful lot of lesbian in the room. Thank you very much. We appreciate all you do for us, okay? Old man Murphy, why are you still sober? This is not like you at all. I tuned in the other day and you were reading Wikipedia from start to finish. It was amazing. Almost everybody turned off. It was ridiculous. And
it's so hard to keep it going.
Oh my god! I'm hearing this, and I'm like, my heart is just going. Oh god! I know I was. Please forgive me.
That was beautiful.
I'm so sorry, man.
Look,
that was awesome, Paddy.
That was awesome.
Oh my gosh!
I honestly want to do
Boy,
a
he was
show
kind to me. Thank you.
I know he didn't say anything about me, so I'm in the clear.
Well, apparently all of the lesbians are coming to Ireland to help me find a wife. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks very much.
You have a really good accent, or not accent, but I mean, you have a great accent, but a good Trump impression. I try and do mine. My husband's like, "Oh, it's terrible." I'm like, I'm a chick, man, and I don't do impressions. I mean, if I do the accordion hands and talk, it's just there you go, or the okay sign. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm not going to do that because it's terrible. But
it is terrible. Yeah. It is terrible. It's a dog whistle. Do you guys?
Shocking.
I know we're going to leave soon, but do you guys remember a long time ago? I don't know if any of you guys were following me.
That's why I'm not talking. Damn it!
I did the whole. Oh, shut up. I did the whole thing about what the okay sign actually means as a dog whistle. And that's actually what propelled me. And I got a shit ton of followers after that and a shit ton of hate because it was the dog whistle thing. Do you guys remember that? Probably not.
That seems really, I think I remember that. I mean, it could have been when I still had my old account.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, your old account.
I think the thing
that was like in June. I did that.
That definitely would have been my old account. Then, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was right. I kept trying, and then all of a sudden, you have this mass murderer in freaking UK or somewhere, and he was the KKK guy, and he's doing the sign. And again, I did 3 videos, and that's when MAGA Kuda came after me, and all these other conservative assholes.
And what does this mean when Trump does that? What does that mean? Is that a symbol? He's
jerking off a ghost.
He does that every time he comes on the stage.
All over his face.
He's like this.
Young man.
He thinks
are you good? Let's say I said, young man. I said, who there?
No, you gotta do it like this.
We don't need to.
He sings that only for Pence.
It looks like he's having a seizure. It's
Yeah, he is. That was hilarious.
I think he's still hopped up on steroids. Honestly.
Oh yeah. All right. Any last remarks from anyone? I love you guys. Any last words?
I got a text from someone that follows me on TikTok. They said the website 270towin.com is saying Biden has won Pennsylvania. But I follow the Associated Press, and it's still light blue. So, and unless they're
not going to call it until they have
they have to certify all those votes. But I was telling you guys, they called it 2 nights ago from the people in Philly. They've already called. Well, not called it, but it's done. It's a done deal, guys. You just need to.
Yeah. Oh, Nikki, I know. Again, I've been saying this for ages.
God, Patty,
but
I love you.
Here's what I want to say. What I want to say is that I'm very proud of you all, because this race was far closer than what we thought it was going to be. And you all, the people in the chat, people listening, you all went and did your part and you voted. Yeah. And Joe Biden wouldn't be president-elect if it wasn't for you. If you guys had sat at home and sat in fear, like lots of you were so afraid to even go out, but you went out and you voted anyway, I'm so proud of you. And you guys have just changed the direction of your entire country. You've made history, and you've given the entire world some calm and some silence and something to look forward to. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Patty. And through all of this, keeping us calm and keeping us educated. You are amazing. Love you.
How's it going, Patty?
And thank you to all of you guys as well.
Deep breaths,
just getting out there and having our voices heard to spread information and knowledge and what is actually going on in this world. So a big thank you to all of you as well. And of course to you, Ryan, of course, and my wonderful partner over there. Oh my God. You're definitely my second husband. My husband does the same thing. He's just like over here on the computer.
Doing my own thing.
You know what? Next time you can do the comments and try to talk.
No, I know. I like talking. I like talking too much. No.
How would he sassy like a husband would be?
I rejected that idea.
Yes. Nikki, thank you so much for including us.
Yes. Always.
Oh because you are such a rock star, and you are so inclusive, and you don't just use your TikTok to express your opinions and voice, but you always include people in your circle. You're always like, it's Fan Friday.
Yes.
Fan Friday.
Yeah. And people don't have to do that. And you're like, I want to bring and then you're like
the head thing.
Let's all do the head thing together. Let's go.
We gotta go the right
that way. That way.
That way.
That way.
That way.
Wait, because I'm gonna go. Yeah. No, that way. This way.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, ready? Okay. And 1, 2, 3, go.
Hi.
Did I do it right?
Did we do it?
Did we do
I
it?
don't think so.
None of us know.
Yeah, we did. I think we did. If you go to your left.
Did I do it right? Am I looking
go
in
to
the
your
right
left.
direction?
Go to your left. 1, 2, 3.
And as an instructor, I don't know my left from my right, so it's really good. Nikki knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I just want to thank you and Ryan as well. I've really enjoyed getting to know all of you guys and following your TikToks. I just think that TikTok is such an amazing place. Like,
me too.
People are so funny. Yeah. Like, I just constantly am like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Yeah. And I appreciate you and including me, because obviously no one wants to date me like they want to date Patty.
Yes.
So I'm just
everybody wants
on
the Patty train.
Happy to be here. Just
Patty train.
That's why
Patty train.
That's why I'm wearing his shirt.
Would you ever shut the fuck up?
Oh my gosh.
Christ.
I love
What
Patty.
are you talking about?
I love Patty.
He has his own merch, and that's why I'm wearing.
Patty, even with your orange gear, like you look amazing. Yeah. I love it.
People want me to get merch, but as I said to people, I'm here for friends. Because I'm all alone.
No, you have 42,000 people you adopted in the U.S. You're not alone.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
You are not alone.
I gotta make some room for these people.
Hey, I was watching your live. You're not seriously leaving TikTok, are you?
Yeah, today is actually my last day on TikTok. Yeah.
Shut up! It is.
Why?
Oh, it is. Yeah. So we I came with a purpose, and then
I have What?
Yeah, so my purpose was to stay until the election, and hopefully you see that Joe Biden would win. And then after that, then the plan is to kind of look at YouTube and stuff like that, and move away from TikTok completely because, I work full time. I'm a full time student, and I'm absolutely ripping the piss out of all of you. It's hilarious. It's so easy to do. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I hate you right
just
now.
there.
What?
Everyone is having a stroke. What are you doing?
I didn't want to say anything because you told me the other day because I asked you
No,
too,
like-
and then I'm going to keep the secret going.
That's hilarious.
You seriously are leaving?
He's like, that's
No,
hilarious.
he's not.
That's hilarious.
You're not here
Oh
with us.
God!
He's
Fuck
not.
you, Patty. Jesus. That's you know what? I got a double fister for you. Hold on.
That's what she said.
I got This is to you, Patty. I fucking love you, man.
And she's got to finish with the double fister.
Hey, I've seen enough hentai to know exactly where that's going.
Oh, Ryan, we know this is going to get taken off of. Don't even stream it. Are we streaming from our
executive
channel?
order, Patty
We
can't
had so
go
many
anywhere.
accounts that we actually couldn't stream to Twitter.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
no,
Go
what-
ahead. Trump. Sorry we interrupted you, honey.
I'm sorry, but by executive order, Patty cannot go anywhere. I signed it yesterday before I got evicted.
That's all I have to say.
Don't ever scare me like that again, ever, because
So funny, but you're so gullible. Like, you're so gullible. You're like a Trump supporter. You're so gullible. It's hilarious.
I mean, I am wearing a red hat.
Patty,
It kind of takes my IQ down a little
you
bit.
know what, Patty? I'm
You
done
know
with you. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
know,
what?
right?
We're assholes.
your country, your predictions. You punked us.
Totally. He punked us totally. I can't hear anything. In the beginning.
That was hilarious as well. It's so funny.
That's all right, Patty.
Yeah.
We're still going to let you
What
come out of
In
the
the
country.
comments,
else
everyone's
is
going,
funny?
no!
That's funny.
I know.
So,
oh my God. You know
oh,
they're
there
all
he
crying.
goes.
They're all crying.
Goodbye.
You know they're all.
Don't worry, Ryan.
They're all
Don't worry, Ryan. I'll just do a TikTok live, and there'll be more people in there than here. So don't worry. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, snap.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
No,
I'm
it's
just
funny
kidding.
because it's probably true.
It is true.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Nikki's live. Nikki, I tried to comment on your live like 5 times and you never
Yeah, there's
saw
no
it. I was
point.
I
like,
didn't. You were on my live.
Right.
It's like
Nikki, every time you're live, Patty, every time you're live, and I the comments just
Can't keep up at
it's
all.
unbelievable. I just try to say hi, and it's gone.
And I get private messages afterwards saying, "Hey, I asked you a question in your live. Why didn't you answer me?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Are you serious?"
Yes,
oh,
yeah.
I know,
I
it's
bet-
like-
Oh, I bet you get your private
shit.
messages.
that's why I'm like old. I'm like when
I know you got your private messages.
I actually really do. I really do.
I do. I have no doubt.
I really do. I can promise you now. I have no problems getting private messages. What I do have a problem with is how crazy they fucking are. Yeah.
You
Hey,
don't get.
Patty, I just want to drip hot wax on your feet and lick it off.
That kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff I get.
Hi,
Yeah,
my name's
yeah.
Trisha, and I love you, Patty. It's just,
Oh my God.
I
you're
Trisha too.
you're just so adorable, and I just want to eat you up.
With a spoon.
with a spoon.
What are you doing with your hand? That's like
Spoon with a spoon.
That's to eat. That's how us Americans eat.
Plates here. The mouth
Acquired
is-
a new tool for the Trump campaign, so they
The
can
fork.
stick it in.
Yeah, they can.
Nice.
He's done. He's
Yeah,
done.
Trump can definitely go fork himself.
That's
He's
Well,
done.
guys,
I'm so punny.
Ryan's like, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap
Yeah,
it
we
up.
need to wrap it up. We're going on almost 2 hours.
Ryan is
here.
like,
Yeah.
I'm all talked out. I can't talk anymore. Can you end it? This is too much for me.
Okay, Ryan, this is for Patty.
Oh, I love you guys.
That was for Patty. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Oh my gosh, we will definitely have more of these in this
Oh, yeah.
in the very
Not with Patty,
near
it's easily-
future. And Patty, I'm really still pissed off that you put me on the ledge here, thinking that you were leaving because I was literally going to go into a depression. But so I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for just being who you are and putting yourselves out there. Any last words? before we cut you away. So,
I feel as though we've asked that question.
any last words?
And that leads into a whole different conversation. The last word.
Yeah, you asked that question. It's just gonna stretch this on to another hour because that's what happened last time.
Okay.
My bags are packed. My bags are packed. I'm ready to go.
That's what
I'm
you call your
outside my
sister.
door.
Your bags are packed.
My God. Oh, thank you, Mr. Cube. I love you. Okay. Everyone, good night.
Sayonara.
We love you. Everyone that's been on here,
Sayonara.
thank you for being on. We love you guys. You're amazing. Bye.
As they say in the coffee